In this video, we're going to compare three great tech pouches: the market leader, the newcomer, and the affordable upstart. So let's get straight into it. This is the Peak Design Tech Pouch, and when it comes to tech pouches, this one is highly regarded and award-winning, and this is the one to beat. It has a 2-litre capacity and weighs in at 275 grams or 9.7 ounces and comes in 5 colours. The main fabric has a sheen to it, and it's made from 100% recycled 200D nylon with a DWR impregnated shell, and that makes it water resistant. The weatherproof zips are Peak Design branded and are not, it seems, YKK, which is unusual for a premium product, but they do seem to work well. And they are supported by these really nice looking and easy to grab zipper pulls. Looking around the outside, we have this subtle branding, and on the back you'll notice we have these 2 strap points, so you can wear this sling style if you wish. The strap for this is sold separately though. Now there are 5 what appear to be carry straps on this bag, which does seem like overkill. We have these 2 at the base here, so you can grip it with one hand and easily open it with the other, like that, and it won't fall out of the hand. There's also a handle at either end and also a handle on the top, and that is a lot of grab points. Every handle and stress point here is reinforced with bar-tack stitching, pointing to an emphasis on quality. We have here a pocket on the back, and in here we have a wire pass-through hole, and this is designed for your phone, so your phone can drop in here, and then you can use a power bank in the main compartment to charge it, and the cable passes through this hole. Then opening up the main compartment, we have a huge amount going on here. The light grey interior helps you find stuff in here, and we have thin but high density foam here at the front and back to add a bit of structural integrity and protection to the contents. Inside at the back we have these 2 elasticated pen loops. Then there are 3 stretchy pockets on the back, and you can see that hole there for the pass-through cable. Then we have a decent sized compartment with a bit of width to it, at least an inch, when the pouch is closed. In the center of the pouch we have Peak Design's signature origami system, creating 4 stretchy pockets here, and then 1 much wider central pocket. The central pocket has 2 stretchy pockets on one side, and then we have a zip pocket on the other side. And if that wasn't enough, inside the zip pocket there are 5 half elasticated mini pockets, which are perfect, I would say, for SD cards or a USB stick or even small camera batteries. Then at the front we have another full-size compartment, and this also has 3 stretchy pockets and 2 more elasticated pen loops. Overall, this layout keeps your gear super organized and everything is easy to find. The quality and attention to detail with this pouch is clearly evident, and it's easy to see why this is so popular. This one cost me £55 in the UK, and I see it's for sale in the US for $60. And as always, I'll put links to everything featured in the description down below. This is from Linus Tech Tips, otherwise known as LTT, and if you didn't already know, Linus has an extremely successful tech-focused YouTube channel with over 15 million subscribers, and this product is part of his merchandise range. Now, originally this was called the LTT Tech Pouch, but as it turns out, Peak Design owns the trademark for Tech Pouch, and they issued a cease and desist on that name. And that sounds bonkers to me, because Tech Pouch is a descriptive term that we all use, and as such should not really qualify as a trademark. Anyhow, it appears that it is, and therefore Linus had to change the name, and he was assisted by his subscribers and settled on Tech Sack. So let's have a close-up look at Linus's sack. This has a 2.5 litre capacity and weighs in at 333 grams or 11.75 ounces and comes in just one colour, which is black. It's made from 100% recycled 900D polyester, and the D, by the way, stands for denier, which is the thickness of the strands used in the material. It has a PU waterproof coating and is a much coarser fabric than the 200D we see with Peak Design, which means if this gets dirty, it will not be as easy to keep clean. And like all these pouches, it's not just promoted for tech, but also it can be used for things like cosmetics or toiletries or anything else for that matter. You'll see there's no attachment points for a strap, so you don't have that shoulder carry option, although I doubt that will be an issue for many. The first thing to notice when looking at this pouch is the not so subtle logo here. Now Linus fans might like this, others though might be put off. And we have just one grab handle, which you might argue is all you really need. We do have here some YKK waterproof zippers, but just with the standard metal zip pull, which I think is a bit of a missed opportunity for adding some individuality, as well as something which is a bit easier to grab and which also makes less noise. And it might sound trivial, but little things like this can make a big difference. The heavier duty fabric used here has more structure than that used by the Peak Design pouch, and some people will prefer that. Looking at the back, we've got a side pocket like we've seen with Peak Design, but this one is not quite as large. To access the main compartment, we have a double zip, and that reveals this nice orange interior, which again means you can see the contents easily. Looking inside, we have this double elasticated pen loop here, and on the back we've got two stretchy pockets, one slightly larger than the other, and then one of the main compartments for larger items. We have two smaller equal size pockets, they're not stretchy. Then we've got the main central compartment, and in here we've got a zip compartment on this side and two non-stretchy pockets on that side. Then moving over to the next large space, we've got two pockets here. These are stretchy, and then on the back we've got some elasticated loops, 7 actually in total, and they are different sizes. This pouch, or should I say sack, is also well built and high quality and comes in at the same price as Peak Design at $60. Although with shipping to the UK and taxes, it actually cost me $91. That's £76. So for me, it cost 50% more than Peak Design, who have distribution in the UK. Incidentally, Jamie, who works with me on the channel, and I are working on a video to show you what tech pouches we are both using day to day and what we keep in them. And spoiler alert, Jamie is a big fan of Linus's sack, so do look out for that one. Okay, next up we have a budget option from Tomtoc, which they call the accordion accessory pouch, although everyone else seems to call it the Organiser accessory pouch. Now, Tomtoc are a company who have impressed me with their mix of quality, design and affordability, and this comes in at around half the price of the others and costs me £33, and I can see sells for $37 in the US. There are two colour options with this one, black and blue. The quoted capacity of this pouch is 3.5 litres, and that surprised me a little as it doesn't look that much bigger than Linus's 2.5 litre sack. The weight here is 260 grams or 9.2 ounces, so actually a bit lighter than the others, and you can see that in the materials used, and it does feel a little bit cheaper in the hand. The main material is a water repellent recycled polyester fabric, although I can't seem to find any more details on the fabric used, but I would guess it's around 1000D. It's more shiny than Linus's sack, and in my view doesn't look as good, but it will no doubt be easier to keep clean, although not as easy as the Peak Design fabric. In addition to the main fabric, we have a different material for this panel here, and I'm not a massive fan of this personally, but as always this sort of thing is very subjective. We have two handles here, one on the top and one on the side, and that I think is a good compromise. There is no pocket on the back here, just the main compartment, which is accessed via a waterproof YKK double zip, and this time we do have these nice custom zip pulls which do add some personality. The branding here is not quite as subtle as that we see with Peak Design, but it's a lot less in your face than Linus's sack, and that to me is a good thing. On opening, you can see an immediate similarity, and I'm being nice here, to the Peak Design pouch. Tomtoc even used the word origami to describe the interior design, which is exactly how Peak Design have always described their design. So you would say that this is inspired by Peak Design, or you might just say Tomtoc have copied the Peak Design pouch. I'll let you be the decider on that one. I personally don't like it when people copy other people's ideas, but in the real world, let's face it, it happens all the time. And as we all know, everything is inspired by everything else. The light grey interior again helps with finding stuff, and usefully this bag naturally opens much wider than the other two, which is a really nice feature. And like the Peak Design pouch, we also have some foam padding in here. Starting at the back, we have a flap which is held in place with Velcro, and that's got some padding here and will be good for a phone. Then we have one of the larger spaces like we've seen with the other pouches, and then we have 4 equally sized elasticated loops incorporating rubber for extra grip, and it is actually really grippy. The origami divider layout looks the same as we see with Peak Design, but you'll notice the pockets are not stretchy, and there's no extra pockets in the central section and no zip pocket either. As we move to the second large space, we have a couple of pockets here. Again, they're not stretchy. And then at the front, we have a couple of pen loops with that grippy rubber and 2 equally sized mesh stretchy pockets with a top flap to stop the contents falling out. You also get a key leash in here, which we don't see on the other pouches, and with this you get this rather unnecessary, in my view, extra piece for holding memory cards and things like that. The quality looks good with this pouch too, but not quite as good, I would say, as the other two. And if I show you the stitching here, for example, you'll see what I mean when compared with the other two. But overall, a very nice pouch at a very competitive price. So in conclusion, these are all good pouches and they all do a great job of organising your gear, but which is best? Well, if you're on a tight budget, the Tomtoc is the clear winner here, as it's close to half the price of the others while still offering great functionality and good quality. When it comes to looks, it's obviously subjective. Jamie, who works here, prefers the smooth lines of Linus's sack, even with the eye-popping logo, whereas I prefer the look of the Peak Design pouch. If size is important, then technically the Tomtoc followed by Linus's bigger, although in day-to-day use I don't see a massive difference between the three. In terms of organisation, Peak Design has nailed it for me. It has more pockets and spaces to put stuff, and the clever use of stretchy materials gives more options about what can go where. Having said that, it might be too much organisation for some who simply can't be bothered to have a defined space for every single item, in which case Linus's sack might be what you want. You can mark yourself on the OCD scale for that one. In terms of premium feel, that goes to Peak Design, and if you're tempted to use this as a sling bag, then the Peak Design gets that one too. So there you have it. I'll let you choose from here. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if pouches are your thing, then you are definitely going to be interested in this video right here. That's it for this one. Thank you as always for watching, and happy pouch packing.